at the signing events that we've seen you at, we noticed that you wear your Loki-inspired headband.
She's got it.
Yes!
I'm sitting at my desk.
There it is!
Yep.
The famous headband. That just gave me like chills. I love that. I love that
Yep.
headband.
Hey everyone, I'm Beck.
I'm Mags.
And this is
The Book Pod.
Today, we're back with another wonderful interview.
Yay!
Well, you start us off, please.
I would love to. So before we introduce our special guest, we have another special announcement we'd like to share. Today's episode is sponsored by Writers on the River. So Writers on the River is an incredible signing event held in Peoria, Illinois, with over 100 romance authors. This event benefits Thistle Farms, a social enterprise that supports women survivors get back on their feet and create a pathway of healthy healing. So thank you so much to Writers on the River for sponsoring this event of the Book Pod.
Yay! Thank you. Now, to get to the real reason that we're here.
Yes, ma'am.
Today, our guest is a woman of many talents. She is a mother, a women's wrestling historian, a badass in the ring with experience in kickboxing and jujitsu, and is an author who writes across a plethora of genres. We first met at Romance Rendezvous Book Blast in 2024 and knew she was our kind of girl by her Loki ears and incredible sticker collection. Please welcome Tricia Andersen.
Yay!
We are so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Yay!
Very excited.
So we would love to start off with a little bit of what we like to call our icebreaker event, some rapid fire questions if you are ready.
Sounds good.
I would like to interject.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Please. I feel like you normally start this, so it throws me off when I have to start it. Before we get to rapid fire,
Okay.
I would like to start with Beck, what are you drinking?
Thank you.
Sorry. It's her favorite part. Sorry. I know, I'm so sorry.
Today, I am back with my Paris tea. It has become a staple for me, so I feel weird not having it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mag, what are you drinking?
I have gone with a raspberry tea this evening. I was feeling a little fruity, if you will. It's Pride Month. And Tricia, what are you drinking?
Unfortunately, I am boring. I'm drinking water.
We
That's
support
okay.
the water.
Stickers.
But yeah.
With all my stickers. So yeah.
All right, so we will cheers. Cheers,
Cheers.
Tricia. It's still so hot.
It's still very warm.
Oh,
But that's
so hot. So good. Okay, can I start rapid fire now?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I
Please.
really wanted to get into it.
They are good rapid fires.
I know, I'm so excited. Okay.
Okay.
So, rapid fire number 1. Choose one. MMA or jujitsu?
Jiu-jitsu.
Boom,
Ooh.
nailed it.
If you had to trade your husband for one of your MMCs for a day, who would you choose?
Caleb.
Got it.
It took me a second.
You did great. What are your top 3 places in Iowa to visit?
Des Moines, Amana's,
Mm.
and Cedar Falls.
Nice.
What's one food you can't live without?
Yogurt.
Oh!
yeah.
I feel like that's a bad one. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, I liked it. It was unexpected.
I eat a lot of it. So yeah, yogurt.
I like it. What are your 3 must-haves for an out-of-state signing event?
My husband.
Nice.
My wagon.
Yeah.
And my books.
Perfect.
Okay, this or that. After a signing event, out for a drink or go home and go to bed?
Go home and go to bed.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
I support that.
Tricia, you have completed the rapid fire round. Well done.
Thank you.
Hope it wasn't too hard.
No, I feel a little lame though by some of those answers. It's like, Yeah.
Why?
No, I think you're great.
I would
Great at
normally,
it.
I wish I could have say that go out and go get a drink, but usually when I'm done with the signing, I'm so tired. It's like I just want to hit a pillow.
Mhm.
Same.
And I think that's so common that we've found across like the book community that we've experienced is because we're known introverts,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
as the occasional extroverts that we are during signing events. By the
Yep.
end of that, we've had enough peopling and we're so exhausted. Like we've used the social battery, the mental battery. We're like, all right,
Yep.
well, I don't want to talk to anybody for at least 48 hours. Goodbye.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I'm usually just passed out. If I go to an after party, I'm just staring at people across the tables. So it's, yeah,
hmm
it's just easier to go crawl into something comfortable and watch TV for a while.
Yeah,
Yep.
agreed completely.
Zone out.
All right. Well, as most readers do, we have some questions that we would love to ask you.
Okay, go ahead.
All righty. So, you have stated on all of your social media and have become known as an author who writes across many, many genres.
Yep.
Why choose to write across so many genres instead of niching down to one or just a few?
A lot of it had to do with the fact that I couldn't find that niche. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
find it no matter what I tried. So I started with my Black Irish series,
Mm-hmm.
and that it still felt like it was not there. And then I did kind of slide into the whole MMA thing,
Mm-hmm.
and because the next series dealt with MMA. And then strangely enough, it went to werewolves because I had a publisher basically threaten me with
Oh.
werewolf. So I turned in one of my Black Irish books and I get email back. Great, thanks. From you next, I need werewolves. And went down this whole line of things I had to have. Had to mate for life. Had to be a mating mark. She's like, you need to amp up your spicy like 10 times. Um, because despite there being spicy scenes in the Black Irish series, it wasn't very spicy, not compared to Hello Brothers. So she went down and she's like, so that's what I need. That werewolves are hot now. You need to do werewolves. And I
Oh.
went, okay. Wait to get the biggest piece of trash I've ever written.
Oh no.
So I turned it in laughing, like, there's no way they're taking this book. And of course it says 1 to 3 weeks to get, or 3 to 4 weeks to get a response. I had a response in 2 days. I had a
Oh,
contract in 2 days.
shut up.
It was welterweight. And now there's 8 books in that series. The Hollow Brothers.
That's crazy.
So you didn't
Yeah.
even have plans. Like the werewolf wasn't
Nope.
even on your mind.
Not even a no,
Thought. Nothing.
not even a thought, not even a consideration.
And so you just pulled that out and they were like, love it.
Great.
Genius.
Yep. Here's a contract. You're gonna, well, and
Oh my
unfortunately, I'm no
gosh.
longer with them. But yeah, they're like, great. How many books do you plan on writing? I said, well, there's 7 brothers and probably should be a conclusion. Great. We'll plan on 8 books. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That's so
insane.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And Gods of DC came from a speed write on Facebook. I was doing a speed write. They're like, well, what picture are you using? I had this picture of a guy, the back of a guy, and then some woman who was, looking over his shoulder and looking kind of menacing.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, well, she's clearly a vampire. I don't know what he is. So I started speed writing this thing and had to have it done in an hour. As I'm getting close to the end, I'm like, what is he? And immediately my brain goes, werewolf. No, you can't just immediately go werewolf with everything. So I'm like, oh, that just seems like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Can't be a normal guy. What if it was Ares, the Greek god of war? I should try that. So I did it. The end of it was Ares, the Greek god of war. And I got done, and all the comments were, this needs to be a book. This needs to be a
Wow.
book. You need to write a book.
And there
Bloodlust.
we are.
So yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, it's crazy. A lot of my stories come from just something that was just one off. Why in the world am I even, just
hmm
there's no chance anything's ever coming past this to, well, now I'm 7, 8 books.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love that it just
Yeah.
came from like a one-off thing, and here you are.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
incredible.
Releasing book 7 in what's day the 4th? 19 days.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yep.
So can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
Yep.
She's gonna hate me this episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maggie's being difficult. So do you read all types of romance genres or just write all types of romance genres?
I write all types of romance genres. I stick primarily to romantasy.
Mm,
Before it was called romantasy.
right.
yeah.
My biggest influence is Karen Marie Moning, who wrote the Fever series. And I mean, she wrote the Highlander series, I think. But predominantly, I love the Fever series. And that had to do with Fae and all
Yeah.
that
Okay,
sort
yeah.
of stuff. And hooked me. We have the similar voice in our
Hmm.
writing. And that's what made me feel like, well, I could actually do this.
Yeah.
But never really ever like suspense or small town or anything like that. It's just romantasy. So yeah, that's pretty much what I read.
And that's so interesting that you are able to write
Hmm.
separate from what you consume.
Yeah. Well, the fun part is with like the hard drive series and with the heartbreaker, well, I guess fighting the odds series because bulldogs with that too. A lot of the story and plot line happened within the gym. And all I
Hmm.
was doing was telling what it was like to be in our gym. You know, a lot of the
Hmm.
banter and stuff and the way things were and how we interacted was just how it was at Hard Drive, which is the name of the gym
Hmm.
that I used to go to. But yeah, I mean, it was just easy to live to kind of tell a story that I was actually living.
Right.
So a lot of that banter is coming from real life. And then the small town comes really easy when you live in Iowa,
Yep.
even
Yep.
if it's Cedar Rapids,
Yeah.
which isn't really small, but we're close enough
Hmm.
to small towns, and I've lived in a couple small towns, early on in my marriage. So yeah,
I love that. I
Just
love that there's so much like real life inspiration
experience and
and
inspiration.
yeah,
Yeah.
in your books
yep,
too. And that was something that we read when we were doing our research was that, you pull a lot of that information from your gyms and things. And I
Yeah.
think that's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Especially with this kind of environment is that I don't think you get a lot of like MMA background or kind of like that the gym kind of feel.
Not so centered the way that I think you have. It's usually like an element,
Right, like
but yeah, not quite as like this
intertwined.
is the
Yeah.
meat of it is
Yeah.
involved in there. So yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just the friendships that I had, it was kind of like a big family. And so it was very easy to take that relationship or all those relationships and turn it into the book because the way they just interacted and bantered and were there for each other if something went wrong was
Hmm.
Hmm.
easy to convey in the book because I was, you know, living in real life.
Oh.
Yeah. And I mean it was more than even that. I've been very active in my daughter's wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was an entirely different, family you could draw from was
Yeah.
she did a lot of AAU. So we had a lot of really close friends there and with all the stuff that we were doing not only to support the girls but through the sanctioning of girls wrestling in the state, it was easy to use those relationships and turn them into fiction
Right.
amongst
Well,
my
it makes no
characters.
sense
So,
when you say it like that. Yeah, it just
Right.
yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh. So kind of going with this, you make tote bags and
Yes.
you have special edition tote bags that you have with your books.
Yes.
What made you decide to pair tote bags with your pre-orders and why and make sell tote bags at all?
I was trying to find something to maybe add incentive. When you're starting to do things like pre-orders and you're like, okay, nobody's doing that. You notice people are like, well, if you do this, you get a sticker or you get this fun little
Right.
pouch or you get this little thing. I was like, okay, I need to come up with something, but I don't necessarily have the income to buy something
Mm-hmm.
really special that might entice people. I do have a machine, my sewing machine does machine embroidery.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, well, if I got a tote bag, and I mean, my previous job was with my previous day job, um, was with a sewing machine store, the one I bought the machine at. So I
Cool.
learned lots of little tips and tricks from the girls
Yeah.
who taught because I was in the office doing the books and all that, and they were out there doing classes and all that, but I was able to observe and see what they were doing. And I learned some stuff. And I thought, well, if I put a design on a tote bag, how would that go? And next thing you know, people are pre-ordering because it's really cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it kind
I
of
was
is
so mad we missed out on last year's. Oh my
oh,
gosh. Trisha, I was going through, I just have to say, I mean, I'm excited for this year's too, but and I haven't pre-ordered yet. That's closing in like 12 seconds. But I just sorry, I completely jumped in there. But last year's was so cool.
there is a my last pre-order actually has a link to that bag. Yep. The last pre-order, and I have to put one up tomorrow and Saturday because it is closing, but you can pre-order just that bag. The Book of Fantasy?
We will be getting that because
Okay.
it's so
Yeah,
pretty. Okay, sorry, keep going.
it is. Yeah. No, it just was something, and all of a sudden it's something. I was actually really excited this year to pick this year's design. I was like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? So I have a couple websites I like looking at, and I just kept scanning and it hit me, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love that. That's so, again, taking real life
Yeah.
experience and what you
Yeah.
have, the knowledge, and turning it
Mhm.
into something that you can use to help sell your things. And they are
They're
so
so good.
cool.
They're so great.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
And
you.
then you have a tote bag for your books.
That was the other thought. I'm like, well, if I make a tote bag, then if people need more room, and I've seen people, like especially at writers, come by, and I mean the amount of totes and bags
Hmm.
and wagons, and they're just
Hmm.
literally bobbling all the books because there's so many books. And I'm like, a tote bag might be good because sometimes people just need an extra bag for a
They
few more
do.
books. So yeah.
Exactly.
They do. Well, and that's great too for the people who are pre-ordering specifically from you.
Mhm.
And then if they
Mhm.
have, X amount of books that they're pre-ordering, you can just put them all in the tote bag and you can hand that
Yep.
tote bag over. And, if they want you to do extra signing or whatever, you can do that. But yeah, that's just such a beautiful like presentation of like, not only do you love my books, but here I made you this pretty thing to hold those books that you love. And that
Exactly.
just like makes us so like giddy and
Yeah.
excited because it's like, oh, I have a pretty thing to hold my pretty books.
Exactly. And I always think about it. I'm like, I want to get you. When I do the bags, I'm like, I'm thinking this is so great because now here you're shopping for books and now you have more things to put in, put your books in. And then
Yep.
people will buy like full series. I'm like, there ain't a whole lot of room left. I'm sorry. So yeah,
You
I
should
know.
probably get another tote bag
no
for the rest
bag.
of your books. So,
Exactly. Here's a few more options.
oh
Yeah.
my God,
Right.
that's so brilliant. I love that.
Yes.
That's
It's so
awesome.
good.
Please don't stop doing the tote bags. We love them.
Not
Um,
gonna.
good.
Yeah. Gotta do it
So,
forever.
Yeah.
speaking of writing events or signing events, and
Hmm.
you've had your fair share of experience in those,
Yep.
what advice would you give to an author who is attending their first signing event?
As an introvert, just have fun. Take it all in because I know like my first writing event, I didn't even have a book out. I had signed with the first publisher I had worked with, and they were just a small press. And they had planned that my book was going to be done, and it wasn't.
Oh.
Oh
So
no.
I actually sat at a table and did nothing, just talked to people. But talking to people, you got to know what their interests were. That helps later on when you're writing more books that you can maybe hone in a little bit on that.
Hmm.
Um, I also was watching other authors and seeing what they were doing, what they were saying, and all that. And after all these years, it can be so, especially if you're new, it can be so like daunting
Mm.
and anxiety ridden because you're like, what do I say? What do I do? And you just relax and have fun. I'm usually about the first 15, 20 minutes, I'm very rigid, and I feel like I'm saying the stupidest things in the world. And then it's kind of like, oh, okay, then I finally get the nerves out and
Yeah.
I have a good time. So yeah, just take it all in, observe, listen to what other people are saying. But yeah, just have fun, relax.
That feels so us coded.
It does. It really does. Because then, like, we will go in like so nervous and like feel like we don't know what questions to ask or how to approach a table, and then you get the first few in, and then you're like, "All right, I got it. We're good."
Got it. I got it. Yep.
And
Yep.
we are observers, and we did that because writers last year was our first year at writers, and it
Mhm.
was the biggest event we had been to. And
Hmm.
we had been able to walk the room while
While it was
everybody, like while
empty.
the all of the authors were doing their lunch and
Lunch.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then we went back in when it was our turn, and that room had completely changed with all of those people and the authors and it being full. And it was like we decided just to take a lap and observe and
Mhm.
watch and
Yep.
see what everybody was doing and get a feel for that room now in that new environment. So I think that's brilliant advice because
Mhm.
it can be
Yeah.
so anxiety inducing. And I would imagine it's funny because I love that the authors are nervous and
But
that
yeah,
as us
we're
readers
nervous.
as
Yes.
are nervous too. So everybody's nervous and
Yep.
nobody's
Yep.
knows what to do, but eventually we figure it out.
Oh yeah. I'm always afraid I'll say something stupid or act
Mhm,
stupid, or,
mhm,
the whole, is there something in my teeth, or, I'm
mhm.
always worried. And then finally the nerves just, after you eat also, half a dozen Tootsie Rolls, which is usually what I have at my table.
Yep.
Yes.
That's usually about the time you go, just let it all go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The candy.
There's
All
so
of the
much
The candy.
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 So much candy.
So much candy.
So to keep up with kind of the signing events, what do you wish more readers knew when coming up to your table, besides the fact that you are a wonderful human being?
Um, oh goodness, I don't know. I we don't bite. There's one. Um, oh, I don't know. I that's a great question. I don't know.
Well done.
You got me stumped. Um, I just that we are people just like them. So I mean, I have a hard time even thinking of myself as an author most of the time. I'm like, okay, I write books, big deal. Everybody can write a book. Um, but yeah, just we're just like everybody else, and easy to interact with as long as my nerves aren't high and I don't think I'm acting stupid. But yeah, no, absolutely, just like everybody else. Ask any question you want to ask. I mean, I'll be willing to say that might be a little private, but ask any question you want to ask.
So to kind of jump on that, what advice would you give to readers who are going to the event who maybe have a small budget or, can't afford to maybe even get a book at the event at all, but, especially like Romance Rendezvous,
Mhm.
it's free for that general publics or general admission. So they're obviously we want people to feel comfortable walking in the door and know like, hey, you don't have to buy a book at every single table. You don't
No,
have to buy a book if you don't want to. But I know that that can be awkward,
Hmm.
and even though we've gotten a little bit more comfortable with it, it still is
Oh
awkward
yeah.
sometimes to walk up to a table knowing you're not going to be able to purchase anything. So do you have any like advice or like tips or, what can readers do to help with that?
I'd say one, take a business card or any kind of swag that has their contact information in it. Or and I mean by contact information, websites, Amazon links, anything like that. If you have a question, ask if, and especially if you don't have much of a budget, ask if they have a free read. Do you have any
Mm,
sales going on right now? Do you have what, like, if you go onto my website, one of my tabs does have free read, and it's actually a scene between, I don't remember now which ones they are, between Death Do Us Part and At the Speed of Light. And it's Aries and Juliet's wedding, which
Oh.
was a surprise. She did not know that he was, the god of war was planning her wedding. until she was there and it was already happening. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's up there. Anybody ever wants a free read, they can go to my website and it's right there. Yeah, just ask if they've got a sale going on, free read. A lot of authors get into like the Smash Words sale that they do
Mm,
like 2, 3 times a year. And I think one's during about the time of Writers or Romance Rendezvous. I don't remember which. But yeah, a lot of authors will go in and discount their books to 99 cents, put them up there as free or whatever. And yeah,
yeah.
ask if there are any deals going on. Ask if they've got any information that you can look at later. Yeah,
I think that was
they're
something that
usually,
pleasantly surprised about was how many people had like, here's a free ebook or here's a link to,
yeah.
a free audiobook or something. Like
Yeah.
that was fairly constant.
If you sign up for my newsletter, with last year I had bookmarks and a QR code on the back. If you
Mhm.
scan the QR code and signed up for my newsletter, you could choose from 4 books, 4
Oh,
free
wow.
ebooks.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's still like that. If you scan the QR code, you can choose from 4 free ebooks.
Okay, that's awesome.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so encourage
Mhm.
readers to ask about
Yeah.
what those
Yep.
opportunities are for them.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mhm.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so at the signing events that we've seen you at, we noticed that you wear your Loki inspired headband.
She's got it.
Yes!
I'm sitting at my desk.
There it is!
Yep.
The famous headband. That just gave me like chills. I love that. I love that
Yep.
headband. Well, though we love the headband, your
Mhm.
Gods of DC series is based on Greek
Greek gods.
mythology.
Yep.
So why? I know we kind of got the backstory of how the Gods of DC kind of got created, but why go Greek instead of the Norse mythology for Sir Loki?
I know more about, well, I can't really say that. I probably have equal knowledge of the two.
Okay.
At that time it was a gut check reaction.
Okay.
Also because she was a vampire and my immediate thought was God of War.
Okay.
Got to go with Ares. I can't promise anything, but in God's monsters and everything in between, there is a new character coming out. And my usual balance is Greek god, paranormal creature.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, she's more of a Greek mythological type person.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. So there might be in the future, I don't know. We'll have to see. There might be a spin-off book. And if I'm going to go if a different deity, it will probably be Norse. It might be one particular deity.
That's so
One I might
exciting.
one I might have a slight obsession with.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm not sure who that could possibly be.
No idea.
Probably Thor.
Obviously, yes, of course. How did I not
Yes,
know?
clearly
Oh
Thor.
my God.
Well, that's exciting.
Mhm.
Just gonna be on lookout for that.
Yes, I can't tell you if there's no plot line yet, but I kind of was looking at this new character and I went, well, I
Hmm.
got to set her up now. Who am I? Because people are going to ask about this. I have to set her up. Who am
Uh-huh.
I? Oh, I know who I'm setting her up with.
Yes. So Beck is also
I am. I grew
a
up
fan.
on the Percy Jackson series, so Greek
Hmm.
mythology is very just I'm there.
And she was
Yep.
the one who caught it. She was like, wait, she wears
She was
Loki ears.
Yep.
Hold
Why?
on. She's like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Because that's not what her series is. So yeah, she
Nope.
was very interested in all of
Yep.
that.
But yeah,
So the Loki is more Marvel. I'm very,
Mhm.
very, I'm a huge Marvel geek. And so that's my favorite Marvel character.
That's awesome.
But yeah, but it is then, yeah, I have lent into the whole Norse mythology thing with it. So yeah.
so it may or may not be coming.
More probably may than may not. Yeah.
Just wanted you to say it.
She's like, I
Yeah.
just need a
Yeah.
confirmation.
Yeah. It might.
Yeah.
'Cause more because I'm just kind of geeking out about getting right about Loki.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun. fun too is to have these, like, not that you guys sometimes aren't excited about what you're writing, but to like have that much excitement about it just makes it.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Do you wear your ears at every signing event?
Yes. Yep. Even so I've got 5. Well, I had 6, but I unfortunately had about frisky in the field, but I've got 5 more signings this year.
Wow.
And every last one of them, even the
Same.
one I kind of have to lead, it's the ears are in. Everybody knows me by my ears.
Yes.
you can pick you
Yeah.
out of a crowd. Oh, there she is.
Yep, she's got her ears
Yep.
on.
Yep.
I think
Everybody's
that's what
like,
we said. Is that what we said at Writers? We were like, there's Tricia. Oh, she's got her ears.
Yeah.
Like,
ears
I
on.
think
Yep.
that's, yep.
Just go together.
Yep, they do. Now
Yeah.
they make sense. It would be weird
Yeah.
to see you at a signing event without one.
Yeah, I agree. So, going kind of back to your Gods of DC series, once you decided that this was going to be a full book and a full series, did you have an idea of which order of gods you were going to write in when you started? And it just as it comes.
Just as it comes. I probably the very first 2 because in Greek mythology, the only really full-blooded sibling that Ares has is Athena. So I'm like, well, that makes sense. Go to Athena. And then after that, I just kind of went, yeah. The god I picked for Nature of the Beast had actually nothing to do with the god. It was okay. So I have Ares and Juliet. I have Athena and Mac, and then I'm looking at the rest of my characters. I'm like, well, there's poor Freddie sitting over there doing nothing. Freddie needs somebody. Who are we gonna pair Freddie up with? Demeter sounds good. I don't know where Demeter came from, but let's do Demeter. So then Demeter's in there.
Yeah,
And then
was a twist.
That was a twist because everybody's like, Demeter? I'm like, read it. And I've had so many
Just read
people
it.
come to me and they're like, I love that book. I love the fact that you put him with someone who is clearly significantly older. And I'm like, yeah, it was a fun one to write. He's like my favorite out of the entire Gods of DC series just because of the way he is and the way he is with her.
Yeah.
But after Demeter, I'm like, well, clearly you have to go with Persephone. Well, Persephone's already married to a guy. Then I have to go with that one. And then from there on, it just kind of, whoever's up in line.
Did you have to like brush up on everybody and kind of like go back and be like refresh your memory and deep dive a little bit into some research?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of times I may know the general gist of the story, or of that particular god, but a lot of times I'm not 100%. And then there were a couple times I accidentally fell into some very little known things about that particular deity that I kind of fell into it by luck because I can't remember which one it is, but one of them I wrote it and they're like, somebody came up to me, I'm like, I love that you pointed that out. And I went, didn't even know it was there. So I ended up looking that up and looking deeper. And yeah, I think it was Athena, something about Athena. And I wrote it the way I wrote it as like I deep dived even further than I did.
Oh, cool.
And so now I'm very careful about looking really deep. So it was kind of nice on this book because it's like, well, they're all frozen somewhere in a desert. I can do whatever I want at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to, do the whole deep dive. Then I did because there's clearly a Greek character in there that I have to know a lot about. So yeah.
That's so cool.
So yeah, they just kind of come randomly. Whoever pops up next.
The way your mind connects it all. It just as you were kind of talking about it. You're like, well, I guess we just go here. And it's like, but how did she get there? Well, she just did because she was doing this and this and this is what made sense. And it's like, but that's fantastic because that's the way that your mind works, which then makes that series even more fun because you can't necessarily guess who's coming next because you're like, well, it's not obviously this, this, and this. It's whoever she decided to throw at us. And so then it makes it more exciting.
Yep, I've actually already started on the 8th book, and that one threw me because this one ends. So the last couple I've ended on cliffhangers, and this one I didn't. I mean, it's done. It's happy ending. Everybody's happy, and so I actually started the next one as possibly something to add to an anthology that never happened, and it actually shocked me who comes up next. So
she's out
I
here
was like,
surprising
okay,
herself.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, Why am I writing this one? Okay, that's fine. I'll write this one.
That's one
What
of
am
the
I
Because I didn't
doing?
even,
What's
things
happening?
is when authors are like, I didn't see it coming either. You're writing the book.
It's your book. What do you
pretty
mean you didn't
much.
see it coming?
It's like all of a sudden you're right. And you're like, why did I do that? Why does that make sense? Okay, we'll go with it. It's
It works.
That's just what we're doing now. Oh my God, that's
like that
so
came out of nowhere.
Oh, that's the best.
authors are just the best. I like the word creatures, and I don't want anybody to be offended by that word, but like you
But
guys are
like
just these
its own breed of
most, yeah, you
being.
guys are just
Yeah.
so creative and just on this like other level of like talking to your characters and the way they all come out and the way that you are like a vessel and just the
Hmm.
I love authors. Well, speaking of, do you have a favorite? And I'm wondering if maybe Freddie's book is your favorite, but do you have a favorite of the Gods of DC books that was your favorite to write? And is there one so far that has become a favorite of your readers?
It's the same one.
Yes.
It's Nature of the Beast. One, the cover is just magnifique. I don't know
Mm,
how I stumbled on that, but wow, I love that cover. But everybody, it's Nature of the Beast, just because he is so loving towards her when she doesn't understand why. And the
mm,
way his character developed, it just, it was awesome. And then throw Zeus in there being a
Well,
spoiled brat,
Bean Zeus.
like all the time. But yeah, that one is actually, if there's a second, a close second would be A Biker's Guide to Saving a Goddess, only because of the kind of offhanded comedy, maybe a little bit.
Mm.
Like they're looking for her in biker bars. And of course, Aries is like, oh, this is gold.
yes.
So I know I wrote one that, or I had a scene that he's standing on a table, like orchestrating a bar fight because
Yes.
he's in his element, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they had to actually drag him off the table and drag him out of the building because he was just having the time of his life. And they're like, this is
Classic
not the
man.
point, dude. So
He's like,
yeah.
what do
It
you
is
mean?
now.
Yeah.
He's like, but why not? No, keep moving. We gotta go. We got things to do.
That my star sign is an Aries, and
Hmm.
so I relate. And Aries is one of my favorites. So, yep, I'm
Yep.
in love.
Fantastic.
So, book 7 is coming out very, very soon.
Yes.
So, what are you hoping or most excited for readers to get from book 7? And without giving spoilers, what is your favorite part of the book?
I'm hoping, well, one, I'm looking forward to concluding. I've had so many people come up and go, it's a cliffhanger. And I'm like, I know, I know. And it took me way too long to write this one. And I, every time it's like, can you
They're
maybe
so
end
mad.
that? Yeah. So it ends well.
Yeah.
Um, I'm hoping that they enjoy the six of them on their own, seven, eight, they get up to eight, on their own, trying to solve this thing
Hmm.
Hmm.
while dealing with everything happening to them and around them. My favorite scene, and I don't know why, is they go looking for the fates in the oracle
Oh god.
because they got to figure out how to make this happen.
Hmm.
It's where they find the fates and the oracle. They find them in a quilt shop in Iowa.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
And believe it or not, I don't name it. It's called, and I even made a logo. I'm trying to get stickers or things like merchandise made
Yes!
before all the signings. Three Sisters Quilting, our cuts will change your life.
That's so funny.
And it was based off a real quilt shop. We have a very close friend, going back to the whole wrestling thing. We have a very close friend who lives on the west side of Iowa. And the best way to get to his house, get to their house, is going down Highway 20, past Fort Dodge, heading towards the Nebraska state line.
Mhm.
And off to, if you're heading west, off to your right is this little like machine shed shack. And I looked up the name and I don't remember what the name of it is, but every time we pass it, I'm always like, I should stop there. That looks
Right.
interesting. Never have, but keep going by. And as I'm trying to make this book, I'm like, I got to put that quilt shop in this book. I really do. So it is a real quilt shop off of Highway 20. Can't remember the name of it, but it's there. And that's where the Fates and the Oracle are.
That's the best thing ever.
And it's funny because they are aware of who is back and they have found a way to blind themselves so they cannot be turned.
Mhm.
So they're like at one point, one of them's flirting with Freddie, but she's flirting with a mannequin in the corner
Yes.
because she can't see him. And he's like trying to like, I'm married. I'm married. Well, your wife's a piece of rock in the desert. So what about us? So she's one of the fates is coming on to Freddie. The other one, they talk about some kind of alteration that had to be done for someone, and they say something about like he got an all different kind of cut, meaning they snipped the string. One's looking
Oh
for her
my
scissors,
gosh.
so you know the whole yeah. So it's really funny, but yeah, they're stuck in a quilt shop in the middle of Iowa. That's where they chose after Zeus kicks them out of Olympus. They choose to pick, a quilt
That's
shop.
unbelievably hilarious
I
and
love it so
genius and
much.
fantastic and all of the words. Wow.
Yeah. All based off this actual quilt shop. I keep driving by going, I really just should stop there.
Just
Yeah.
this oh my gosh.
That's I my life is good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need anything else.
I can't wait.
That's
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
amazing.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. Okay.
Wow.
I need to get caught up. Like,
Yeah, right now.
yesterday.
Right now.
Yeah.
I need to do it.
Okay. Well, um, that was a beautiful insight
Yes.
Yeah.
into the world of Trisha and your mind and your characters and highlighting the
Obsessed.
Gods of DC series because we've got book 7 coming in. So
Says slightly upset.
it's
Sorry.
perfect. She's really in it. She's
So
having a
much.
whole
Yeah.
moment over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's that was
Yep.
such a great note to
I,
Yeah,
end the main question portion on.
that was fantastic.
How
oh, yes.
exciting. I love that.
Yep. I have a weird sense of
Um,
humor.
you do,
I'm
and
here for it.
I love that it shows in your books. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for this one.
Yeah,
It's
me
gonna
too.
be a good one.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on to the last portion of our interview today, we've got 2 questions left.
Okay.
The first one is a question that we are asking every guest on our show, and it is the book pod question of the season.
Okay.
Okay. If you could change one thing about the book community for the better, what would it be? Take your time. No rush.
Just because I've seen a lot of it. So I'm on threads. I'm on all the social medias,
Oh, yep.
but I find myself on threads a lot because I don't know, you get in there and some of the stuff you read, but it's such a community.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that I've been seeing a lot of is just the ways, and I know it's not all readers, and I love my readers, but there are readers out there that kind of cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was a way to adequately explain, the line, I guess,
Yeah.
you know, I think that they just feel like they're entire, well, I don't know how to explain it. Just that, as I said earlier, that, we're just like other people, we're just like everybody else. And sometimes, people cross that line thinking that, they're very excited. And I get that. I mean, I would dare say, I don't know what I'd do if, Tom Hiddleston walked in the door. I probably would lose my mind. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're just like everybody else. Sometimes we just need a little space. We're introvert.
Yeah.
A lot of authors are introverts, and at times it's
Hmm.
hard for us to come up with what we're trying to say or what we're trying to do, and give us a moment. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's really important, and it's not something somebody has touched on yet, so I'm glad
Mhm.
that you did because I think there's an interesting dynamic between authors and readers, and there are times where readers will put authors up on this pedestal, and we
yeah,
think that you are amazing and wonderful, and you are,
Mhm.
and but there does become that you kind of stopped yourself before
yeah,
saying entitlement, and maybe that's not the
yeah,
word, maybe it kind of is that word, but it's that like you guys love sharing your art and your stories, and you are so glad that we enjoy them, but we don't, you don't do it just for us. And it's not just to please readers, and it's not to our whim, and it's not really all about us. It should be a collaborative effort. It's a community. And so I
yeah,
think there's sometimes, because I'm on Threads a lot too, and Beck stays off
yeah,
of social media.
yeah,
She doesn't like it, and I don't blame her. That it can get really messy. And
yeah,
it's that idea that, like, you can say certain things to authors, or you can ask them certain questions, or you can act a certain way, isn't the reality. And a lot of times when it's
yeah,
like happening behind a keyboard, especially because you
Yeah.
feel like, well, I can do whatever I want.
yep,
And it shouldn't be that way. And as authors, you guys should feel comfortable and safe. And that has started to change, unfortunately, recently,
Mhm.
that comfortability and that safe space hasn't, that's starting to break apart a little bit. And so I'm
yeah,
glad that you mentioned that, because there does need to be a line and those boundaries
Mhm.
set between, hey, I'm so glad that you love these stories, and maybe you don't, and that's okay. But
yeah,
regardless, we need to be respectful and kind and remember that there is a person on the other side,
Yeah.
not just
yeah,
somebody who writes these amazing stories, but a person with a life and a family and feelings and all of those things that I think sometimes is forgotten. So I'm
yeah.
really glad that you mentioned that.
And that is one thing that I really love about writers and Romance Rendezvous. I've never actually run into a reader like that, because everybody I've run into is respectful,
Mhm.
and they are, they do understand, and they're just amazing readers. And it's so wonderful to be in a room, even if I'm, high keyed and anxious. It's really nice to be, it's wonderful to be in a room with people who get it, with a community
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
are just as, that value authors and protect authors
Yeah.
Hmm.
just as much as we want to value, as much as we do value and protect our readers.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that's why I love those two events. I read about other events and I'm like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, the things that happen there are just, mm,
Mhm.
I'm so glad you said the way that you guys also
yeah,
respect and protect your readers. And that is a really, really powerful point, because you don't see authors treating readers that way. You don't see authors, at least I haven't, especially with all of the social media, everything's getting put
hmm,
out to the internet. I don't see authors treating
Mhm.
even readers that aren't theirs very often. Maybe every once in a while you get a rogue author who you're like, all right, we don't do this. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You guys do
Yeah.
100% respect every reader that walks into that room, and you
Mhm.
are trying to create a safe space and protect them. And holy shit, y'all, be nice to the authors, okay? Stop hurting them.
yeah. And I
Just
will
it's
honestly
little
tell you, if
angels.
there's a rogue author on some of these social medias, you want to know who goes after them? The other authors.
Yeah.
Right.
Before an author can get too far, 9 times out of 10, it's usually the other authors who go after
Yeah.
All right, readers, knock it off.
them.
These are our bodyguards, and we also need to be their bodyguards. They're sweet angels. Leave them alone. You're really mad now. I'm getting really, really mad now. Okay. Rein it in.
Yeah.
Sorry, rein it
That's all right. That's all right.
in.
Well, and I think that's one of the main reasons that we love romance and we love
Hmm.
writers so much is that
Hmm.
everybody there comes with an understanding of we're all here for the enjoyment of reading. We're all
Yep.
gonna treat each other like human beings,
Hmm.
and everybody's just gonna have a good time. And
Yeah.
they don't put up with any of that nonsense. And
Nope.
everybody's just one big happy family. And when we came in, it was just like, yeah, okay, come on.
We felt so unbelievably
Yep.
welcome coming into those events. And then we've seen that as well.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's so sad to hear about that not being the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I feel very blessed for those events. And
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start picking fights with people who
Maybe don't do that.
are a problem.
Maybe don't do that. Okay.
Well, I won't
Well,
pick the fight, but I'll step in if I have
before
to.
Loki starts
Yeah.
fights, our last question for you today is
Okay.
our chaotic, unhinged, out of pocket question that has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Okay.
If you could have a dinosaur as a pet, which dinosaur would you pick?
T-Rex, because I feel like I can relate. And the worst part is I feel like I can relate because you sit there and talk about T-Rex arms. I feel
Yeah,
like I have T-Rex arms. I feel we would relate.
the best
Plus,
reasoning.
I was gonna say this is the best reason. It's
So
the
great.
best answer.
plus, I have an American Bulldog and a Pit Bull mix. I feel like I'm dealing with T-Rexes on a regular
There you
basis.
go.
So it
Oh,
would be nothing different. You
you're like,
know,
I'm used to it.
they're
Yeah.
gnawing on me all the time and
Huh.
growling at me because they want my attention and I'm not giving
Hmm.
them their peanut butter fast enough. That happened
Hmm.
this morning.
Hmm.
Or not letting them out fast enough,
Hmm.
or
Yeah,
I
you
have
are
to
gonna
watch
go.
them. Yeah, I watch them play with their ring together and they tug on it
Oh,
and they
yep,
growl and it sounds like they're going to war, but
yep.
they're not. And they're just playing. It's like I feel like I'm already living in a house of T-Rexes. There would be no difference
There you go.
Do you think you could ride the T-Rex?
if it led me.
Because hell yeah.
So would you want like a real sized one or like a mini
Oh,
one?
interesting. Now we're changing
I'd
the
go either
sizes of the
way.
dinosaurs. Both.
Both.
One of
I mean,
each.
mini one could play with the dogs.
Hmm.
Right.
Big one you could ride. I'd go
Right.
either way.
It's true. I don't think you could lose.
Yeah, either way, you're
Yeah,
winning.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
fantastic
I love that.
yeah.
All right. Well, this has been so fun. I have loved every
Yes,
part of
thank
this.
you.
We have laughed. My cheeks hurt
Oh, right.
from smiling and laughing so much. All of the links to Tricia's socials, her books, everything is going to be in the description below. We know for a fact we are seeing Tricia at Writers on the River. Thank you again for sponsoring this episode, as well as Romance Rendezvous Book Blast. And then, if you are interested in any of the other signing events, Tricia will be going to. Make sure you are checking out her
Yep,
socials to see where she is going to be. Make sure you are checking out her books, checking out
yep.
the free ones available on her
Oh
website if
yeah,
you want to give her a shot. So, all of that will be down in the description below, as well as all of the information on Writers on the River. If you are interested in getting tickets, those are still available. I believe just
The general
general
admission.
admission
Yeah.
yeah,
is available, but there are signups for if you are looking for early entry or VIP in case somebody is not able to attend and is selling their ticket. So please make sure you check all of those below.
yeah.
Trisha, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you for
us.
having me.
You were one
So
of
great.
our like top
Yeah.
on the list.
Thank
So we're
you.
so happy that we were able to get you on so quickly, and
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna get this out to everybody so everybody can enjoy the joy because we did.
We did
yes.
enjoy the joy.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
And once we get off, we're immediately going to be like, what bags are we pre-ordering?
Yes,
We're going to be putting those in.
Exactly. They're on there.
We got to do it. So,
Yep.
absolutely.
um, I'm just so grateful to be able to do this and
Mhm.
for you guys as
Yeah,
authors and just for you as a person. And every single interaction that we've had with you has been wonderful and
yeah,
positive. And so I'm so grateful to you for doing what you're doing and to be here. So thank you.
yeah. I love you guys.
We love you. All right, let's wrap up the
Yeah.
Sap Fest.
Well, everybody,
Okay.
please make sure that you're following along to see who else will be joining us on this season of the Book Pod, because we got a lot of great people lined up.
We sure do.
All
Yay.
right. Well, thank you everybody again, and we will
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.